Welcome to the Nutty Knitty Sisters podcast, a podcast about knitting, spinning, and fiber-related creations. We're your hosts,
Julie
and Judith.
You can find us on social media as Nutty Knitty Sisters on Instagram, at Nutty Knitty Sisters on YouTube, and you can email us at nuttyknittysisters@gmail.com.
If you're watching for the first time, welcome, and thanks for joining us.
If you're a returning viewer, welcome back, and thanks for returning. We'd appreciate it if you'd click the subscribe button below so you don't miss any broadcasts.
Click that bell, you'll be notified as soon as new videos are loaded.
Now, grab your knitting, find a comfy spot,
And let's get a little nutty. Hello, welcome back. It's been a while. Sorry we have been a bit absent, but it is summertime and busy. Holy cow, has it been busy. And we've been making all the things. So yeah, welcome. We're rusty, so if this doesn't go according to plan, we apologize, but we hope you enjoy it.
So if you're new, welcome.
Yes.
If
welcome,
you're returning,
welcome back.
And thank you.
Yes. It has been crazy, so we have lots to talk about today. Lots of different FOs and whips and all the things, spinning and knitting and all the fibery fun. So if you are new to the channel and you are wondering how we operate, there is a timestamp menu for you in the description. So if you don't want to watch a particular section of the video, feel free to use that to skip ahead to the section that you enjoy. But we hope you'll like everything you see. So we usually start off with a bit of life in general. How is your life in general?
Life in general is consumed with work, basically, but trying to enjoy some of the summer.
Find a balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not easy. Things are just so busy.
Yeah.
And we're a bit short-staffed right now. 'Cause two of our major people are both on vacation. So it's a little bit challenging, but we're making it. Keep on keeping on.
Do it, right?
Yep.
What about home life? What's going on at home?
Well, not really a whole lot.
Oh, bull stuff. You've got a lot going on in your home, in your actual home.
Well, I had a plumbing completion.
Yeah.
Just a small project. I just wanted a sink replaced in my bathroom, and I've been wanting it done. I finally said, I'm going to hire it done.
And you got her did.
I got it done. So,
Yay.
and got a quote for the next bathroom project, the other bathroom. We've got bathroom projects.
It seems the first place to go.
Yep.
The first place that needs an upgrade.
Yep.
Which is funny considering we spend so little time in there, really.
But you are pretty much in there more than once in the day.
Yes. Yes.
So it gets more traffic than some of the
The
other
doors definitely get some work out in that room. The doors and the fans in my house.
Yeah. And I am trying to work towards making a room switching around what I currently have as my office craft room and what I currently have as my bedroom. Just going to try to change them around because as much as I, thought I wanted carpet when we got the place, I do not want carpet. I want it gone. And
me too.
my bedroom is the last place really to get it out of there. So if we make the room switch, then when the bedroom's emptied out, the carpet can come up and all that good stuff. So
yep.
Probably not going to get it completed till this fall. I've got to downsize. I have a queen bed right now, but I'll have to downsize to a full because the other room is smaller, but I'm fine with a smaller bedroom because all I do is sleep in it.
I might have a frame for you if Sammy doesn't take it.
Oh, Wow, that would be so sweet.
It's nothing fancy. It
Doesn't need to be. I was just going to get the metal.
That's what I got.
Metal bed frame.
Yeah, that's what I've got. It's a full / queen. So
yeah.
Yeah, if she doesn't end up taking it, it's in the storage unit, and we're trying to clear that out. So we're at the phase of our life where we're trying to really downsize everything.
Yeah.
And Swedish death cleaning has really bitten me. Like, just the concept of making sure that my family has things a little bit more taken care of for them when I'm gone, and simplifying my life. So the last years of my life are comfortable, and I have only what I need, not all the extra. That's actually been one of our big projects lately, is cleaning out the storage unit and trying to get things to people who will use them. We had a lot of old kids' bikes, and we had somebody come and took them all. We put them on Marketplace free for the taking, because they don't fit our grandchildren anymore. Our grandchildren are all way too big for them, and so Michael went down to meet him, and he is a retired person who he fixes up the bikes and he gives them to kids.
Oh,
so
nice.
It was like the perfect. Mike was like, "That's what I was hoping would happen. It would be somebody who would really be able to use it and appreciate it." So
that's awesome.
That was exciting.
Yeah.
And the camper life, we've been bitten by the RV life hardcore. We absolutely love it. We've been severely neglectful in our yard work, but it's been so much fun. It's so nice just to get away, and it's so cheap to do in an RV. It's just enough for what we need to get away. So it's been lovely. So other than that, camping and cleaning and purging, I had a birthday in June, and for my birthday, Samantha set me up with a little 5-gallon tank and got me a beta. And his name is Tyrion, and he's named after Tyrion Lannister from Game of Thrones. I am only in, I think, season 7 of Game of Thrones, and Tyrion is my favorite character because he is so underestimated and so underappreciated. I mean, he was kind of a jerk in the early episodes, but I love the actor. I absolutely love him. I first saw him in I think it was an indie film festival film that was called Station Agent, and he's such a great character actor. I just absolutely love him. So obviously I'm drawn to him in the Game of Thrones as well. Anyway, that's my fish, Tyrion. He is a beautiful beta, and when I saw him, she like FaceTimed me from the pet store, and he was in his little tank, and he was white with a red face. That was it. I thought, oh my God, that's beautiful. Yes, I want that. She brought him home. He was colored up. He was not healthy.
Oh.
He was so white because
he was sick.
He was sick.
Oh, wow.
He actually had what they call swim bladder.
Oh.
So betas are labyrinth breathers. They have a bladder in their body that like lifts them so they can get water from the top, and they can dive. They let the water out and they dive.
Yeah.
The air rather.
Yeah.
So when they get a blockage, or they're like sometimes it can happen from overfeeding, or they can get an infection, or sometimes it's just genetic.
Gas buildup.
And they have a hard time swimming, and he was having that. So we had to starve him for 3 days,
wow.
And he came right out of it. But he got healthy, and he turned, and I'll show a picture of him, he turned the prettiest pale purpley amethyst color.
Ooh.
Amethyst, my birthstone.
Yeah.
It was so awesome.
It
was so awesome. So I adore him. And then he has a tank mate called Murphy, the snail. And Murphy is the fastest snail I've ever seen in my life. He speeds across that glass like it's grease lightning. But yeah, I'm having fun with my little fish tank.
Hmm.
So next we'll talk about events. Events. So the next event on our horizon is
Yep.
the Maine Yarn Cruise.
Yeah.
So that runs from July 1st to October,
Does it say on it?
I think it's October like 9th or 10th.
10th, something like that.
October 9th, yep.
Yeah.
So if you're not familiar with the Maine Yarn Cruise, the Maine Yarn Cruise is put on by all of these lovely sponsors. And this is their 6th year. I think we have done 4 of the 6.
I think so.
Yeah. So you get a little passport, and it's got all the stores. There's 24 this year, and you go around the state of Maine, and you collect stamps in your passport, and at the end you turn it in, and you get put in for prizes and drawings. And a lot of the shops have individual prizes. So yeah, it's just a lot of fun, and the bag comes with like little goodies and patterns and stuff. So we missed last year by one shop.
Yeah.
We just
get it
couldn't. It was the year that we did not like to travel.
Yeah.
We had a really hard time, but we're gonna try to do it this year. So that is event 1. Then the only other event that we've really are planning is we are looking at and thinking about and planning a Rhinebeck trip. So stay tuned on that. we don't really. I really don't want to miss out again, but
I know.
I'm a little
Yeah.
anxious about like the whole travel thing.
I know.
Yeah. So
But I don't want to miss it again.
No.
So if I have to drive to be able to do it, I'm gonna do it.
yeah.
I don't want to miss again.
Yeah, I don't want to miss it again either. Like last year, I was like, nope, and then when it happened, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
we missed it. So, kind of the same way this year. I'm like, I'm really apprehensive and nervous, but yeah, gotta get it done. Last year was right after I'd been in the hospital too, so it was just too soon for me.
Yeah. There was too much happening that just said
Yeah,
it's not.
that's
right.
not going to happen
Not
this
time.
year. This year, it's going to be. Everything is going to happen.
Let's hope.
Yeah. I don't know of any other little events that we have thought about, or I think that's the only thing really on the horizon for now.
I'm doing the summer sock camp.
Oh,
with
yeah.
Crazy Sock Lady.
Yep.
I'm working on that. Yeah, I think that's about the only alongs I'm
Yeah.
gonna get into
I was
this
doing
year.
Handmade Sock Society with Helen Stewart. I've done that just about every year for the past 3. But I just couldn't keep up. That's what I was just
Yeah.
working on, was one of hers. The first sock. I haven't even finished the first sock, and there's been 2 released now. 3. I think there might be 3 actually. So yeah, I've just fallen so far behind.
I was gonna do Sock Week with Knitting Natty, but
Yeah. There's so many.
there's so many. I mean,
There's
Stephen
so
West has
many.
got some kind of a
Yeah.
mystery sock thing going on.
Expression
and-
Fiber Arts does.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually will get to that, but I was
I
gonna
always
participate in
like
that
to
too.
do summer sock camp with
Yeah.
Kay, so
Yeah.
that's the one I'm doing.
Helen didn't have the Handmade Sock Society last year, and so I was really looking forward to it this year. But it just got. I'm still going to do all the socks. I still purchased the patterns. I started the
Not
first
with
one.
the pressure of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't think I'm going to be able to get them done along the same timeline. So, but I'll still do. I need more socks, so I'll do them. So that's events. FOs. How many FOs do you have,
How
Julie?
many do I have? I think I only have 2.
I have 9.
Holy Mother of Hannah! It's your show.
I have 9. I was really busy, and it's been a really long time. Okay, so the first one I don't actually have. The first one is Isaac's Tree of Life Afghan that I made for Isaac's wedding. It's a pattern by Nikki Epstein, and I knit it in Briggs & Little washed white. I purchased it at Maritime Family Fiber, and I think I had 10 skeins. I thought I was going to use 9, according to my calculations. I used all 10 and I ran out.
Ooh.
So I bought another 10 from her and refilled my little cube because it was looking kind of bare. Now it's all nice and full again. And I used almost one full skein. So yeah, it took a lot
11.
more than I thought it would.
Wow.
But it turned out so beautiful,
Yeah.
and I will put a picture here. It was absolutely lovely.
Gorgeous.
And they were thrilled. They
Yeah.
loved it.
I'll
His
bet.
new bride was absolutely... They stopped by a couple of days after the wedding. They were on their way to their honeymoon and stopped by to thank me, and it was just very, very sweet. They were lovely, lovely couple, so that was fun. My second is the Summer Secret Crop by Jessie Made. Now, this was made from the May Paradise Fibers Fiber of the Month Club box. So this is hand spun. This was the purple fiber in the box.
Ooh, matches my shirt almost perfectly.
Yeah, it does. And actually, it was a yarn that had like a lot of different colors in it. Like there was some yellows and blues and pink.
Wow, it
like,
really blended out.
Yeah, it blended
Wow.
really, really nicely. It is 87.5 Corriedale and 12.5 nylon. So that was one of the colors. And then the other color was this. This is 100% merino. This was Beach Party. It's got a Mediterranean blue. And the box, I try to do the pattern that they suggest in the box because they take a lot of time to curate the box and everything. So I like to try to, do close to what they suggest. I can't show it because it's got a code on it, but I'll put a picture of it here. It's the Viva Cami, and I really wanted to make it, but I didn't think I was going to have enough yardage, and it turns out I had plenty. So I went with the Secret Summer Crop instead, and it actually did turn out really good. I do love it. And it was so stinking fast.
Really?
So fast.
That's cool.
I made it just a little bit longer, not a lot longer. I probably would have made it longer still. But I actually have a midnight blue tank dress, that I think it would look lovely over with the crop. So yeah. I think it's stunning, and I'm so excited that we're having this podcast so that I can now wear it. So that is number 2. And then the next one was Scattering Petals Cowl by Dana Ray Makes. And it is, feel how thick and squishy that is.
Oh my gosh.
It is so amazing.
You can wear that in 30 below.
Yeah. It was such a fun pattern to make. It's made, you can see it's like...
reversible.
It's done in the round, and then you graft it together, and I don't even think I can find my graft, honestly. Her instructions are so well done. The graft is here, and I only know that because I remember that color. Wait. I don't honestly know. I can't find it. It's either this one or this one. But anyhoozle, it's amazing. I'm not going to put it on because it's really hot right now. But I love it. And then this was made with your Advent kit that you gave me for Christmas last year. I also made a pair of Bear Paw Socks by Andrea Mowry. I don't have them because they're in the camper. The feet on them did come out way, way, way too long.
Oh, wow.
So I think what I'm going to do is they're toe up, which makes it hard. But I think I'm going to snip the toe, unravel, and then graft the toe
back
on like further back.
Yep.
I've never done that before, so it's going to be a challenge,
Yeah.
But I'll figure it out.
Just take your time.
Either that or I'll just leave them. They're in the camper because they make great camp socks. I throw them on, you know, usually it's fairly warm when we're camping, and I wear shorts and a tank top to bed. But in the morning it's quite cold,
chilly,
so I throw them on, and they're just nice bobbing around the camper socks. But yeah, I love it. On my Ravelry page, I do have every single color and every single maker that was in this advent kit that you curated for me, and I love it. I love it.
It's so cool.
Oh, it's so amazing. The yarns are all just so good. So that's number 3. We're almost halfway there. The next, I had a bug. I wanted to get through some of my Paradise Fibers Fiber of the Month Club boxes. And I have a ton that were old, like from 2022, that I wanted to get done. So I kind of went through them all, went through the projects, and found the ones that had like thick yarn, like stuff that I could spin quick.
Mm-hmm.
And this one was the October, and these are October Morning Mitts by Clara Parks. This fiber was so bright and so many colors. I thought they were crazy. I literally just spinned from the top.
But that totally says autumn.
Yeah, yeah.
They are just the perfect fall.
The colors blended so well with them. They are amazing. And Michael actually tried them on. I made these at camp. We went to Greenville in June. And they made up so quick. And he tried them on and he actually liked them.
Oh,
he
wow.
really liked them. But they're so cute.
Yeah.
And then there was enough left over to do
nice.
a Reykjavik Lite by the Knitting Pine. And the only thing about this is it does have ribbing here that's supposed to be folded up. But I didn't make the crown of the I didn't make the crown of the hat long enough. I thought I was going to run out of yarn.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's all right.
I think it's fine. It's
slouchy
just a
thing.
little bit slouchy, yeah.
I love them.
Yeah.
Love them, love them, love them. Yeah, my hair is going to be a mess, but yeah. So that's going to be like my winter
Winter
wear.
set. Mm.
Whew, they're warm.
Yeah.
So that is 5 and 6. So before I go on, let's see one of your FOs.
All right. Well, my big thing this year is clear my whips.
Mm-hmm.
I found that I'm a lot less stressed and I enjoy working on something to completion. So I'm clearing off my whips as much as I can, and it will be one project at a time, except for like a pair of socks to be able to take out and about. But
Yeah.
other than that, I'm more dedicated to finishing something when I'm doing one thing at a time.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard because I see all the things and I
I
want to cast them
know.
right on.
I know.
And I need to... I think what I've decided is that I don't use my queue in Ravelry very well. So when I do see something like that, and it's like, oh, I really want to do that, get it in my queue right then and there.
Yes.
So I won't forget about it.
Yep.
I don't use Ravelry to my advantage.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
need to get better about it.
I put a lot in my queue, things that I've already got, that I definitely want. And I also put a lot in there that, I'd like to do. And then at the end of the year, when I do the yarn stash, de-stash thing, I will go through that again and find that there's a lot of them that
You've lost interest in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the shininess has worn off.
Yeah.
And will I really wear that? Probably not. And it goes away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So these were one of the finishes for Summer Sock Camp.
Beautiful.
It is the Flores socks by Joji Locatelli, and they're shorties. And I struggled with this patterning. Can't for the life of me figure out why, because it's not complicated.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really got to a point where one sock I had halfway down the foot, I think it was, because your patterning goes all the way from right where your cuff starts all the way down to your toe, and I was halfway and it wasn't coming out right. I had to rip all the way back to the cuff and start again 3 times.
Oh, ouch! Wow.
But now they're done. This is done roving. I think it's Frolicking Feet in the vanilla cream colorway. I think is what it was. So finally got those cleared off. That was a huge relief because those have been sitting at least 2 years with one sock done.
That's so good to get something like that off the needles.
It is.
You feel so much more accomplished.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Next is another one of the Paradise Fibers boxes that was a nice thick yarn spin, so it was easy to complete. And the knitted pattern was so quick and easy. It doesn't look like it, but it was amazing.
Oh, is this?
It is called Winter Moondeer Hat Pattern by Lisa McFettridge. I'm hoping I got that right.
It's really close to a pattern I did.
Yeah?
Yeah, and it did. The pattern I did had trees on it, and it went really fast. Oh, it's got a deer too.
It's got
so
a
cute.
reindeer on it. And Latvian braid.
I thought that's what
It's
that
my
was.
first Latvian braid. I've never done that before, and it was relatively easy. Like her instructions, the pattern were super, super well done. So the blue yarn is what I spun from the Paradise Fibers box. This is 75 merino, 25% bamboo, and it was called Starry, Starry Night after Van Gogh's painting, which is on the wall over there. Yeah. And then the suggested white yarn was a Malabrigo yarn, Malabrigo Rios. But I got looking through my stash and I found this that I had spun very early in my spinning. This is a CVM fiber from Eclectic U. And it's from her. This was from quite a few years ago. It's when I first started spinning. The sheep's name was Angel, so it was named after her. And it was perfect. Perfect. It's not bright white, but I actually like it a little better. I like the kind of natural homespunny look of it.
Yep.
So, yeah. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Absolutely perfect. I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
And I don't like
So
hats.
cool.
But I love this hat.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah. So that was that. And then okay, so this is the last knit, and then you can do this is the last knit thing. This is Broken Stripes Hat and Cowl by Allison Manning. So I had purchased from 100 Ravens these yarn poppers, and they were all these little teeny tiny little pops of color in
were
this
they
bag.
even 5 grams?
I don't
I'm not
know.
sure if they were even 5 grams.
It says over 75 grams total, but some of them were, like some of them I actually ran out early and had to add another one. Let's see, like this one.
Oh yeah.
But here's the cowl.
That's so cool.
And the main color is also from 100 Ravens. It's their Azure base. And the color is Loyalty. And it is so squishy soft. I made this for Michael. I actually was going to make the Land of Sweets cowl by Helen Stewart. But I got looking at it, and there's some lacy bits on it that I'm not sure Michael would like.
Yeah.
But this, I think he will like. I really think he will. And those little pops of color were perfect for the little, you know,
Yeah.
the little boxes.
They're like little window panes.
Yeah. And then it has a hat pattern too. It's broken stripes hat and cowl. So I made the hat, but I didn't think I was going to have enough of the gray for the ribbing around the bottom. So I had some, I think this was Malabrigo, that I bought to make something for Kayla, I think. And so I had some left and figured I'd do the ribbing in that and the rest of the hat with the regular. And so that's perfect for rolling up the brim. And it's kind of a slouchy.
You can make it a little slouchy or a lot slouchy.
Yeah.
It's got a big brim.
He's got a big head. So I figure it will be...
Oh.
My chalkboard just fell and gave me a heart attack. So yeah, I think it'll be perfect for him, and it will keep him nice and toasty. It's lightweight enough. I mean, it doesn't feel...
Oh gosh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
light.
But it's super warm, so I think it'll be nice for him when he's plowing and moving snow and all the things. That's all my knitting. What's your last?
My last one is another pair of socks. Yes, another pair of socks. These are the business casual socks.
Oh yes.
Was this Tannisla Valley, I think?
I think so.
I think that was Tannisla Valley. And the yarn is a hypnotic yarn from one of the Yarnable months. I think it was called Stormwatch. I think that was the colorway. Yeah, and I wasn't sure if it's got patterning. I don't know if you can see.
You can,
yeah,
just a
yeah.
little bit, yeah.
I wasn't sure if you'd be able to see it at all because of the coloration of the yarn, but yeah, turned out all right.
I think it's great.
Yep.
It's a very subtle pattern.
Yep.
Cool.
So another pair done for summer sock camp.
Nice.
And another whip, because that was another one that sat for a couple of years with one sock.
Yay! Second sock syndrome no more.
Yeah.
My last FO is some weaving. I busted out the new loom.
Oh.
And I did, there's one, I have one more out in the living room, out in the dining room. I'll put a picture of it. I did one that was like long, and I used some wool as the warp,
Yep.
and some old, like, thick and thin hand spunny stuff as the weft. And I just did it in 3 different blocks. And I made like a kind of a runner, and it sits across a bench that I have in the dining room. So that was just kind of like to practice, and it was quite easy to use the little loom. Yeah, I thought it was so much fun. So then I got watching tutorials on other weaving things and options, and so I decided to make a little wall hanging. And one of the things that I found with the wool as the warp is wool stretches.
Yes.
And that's not good. That's not good for weaving. You want something non-stretchy. So I used some of the cotton yarn that I was going to make sweaters for the kids with. That, remember the captain
the
sweater
summer?
that I...
Yeah.
Oh, God, that sweater. So I used some of that yarn, and I think it's going to be perfect for weft yarn. I'm going to use it more often. But I used a bunch of just different random, like roving to do different types of stitches, these little bubbly stitches, and just, you know, little different things to try out different stitches.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this was some Highland wool roving, I think that you had given me. And so the only thing I have to do is these, this top pieces of the weft I'm going to tie onto a piece of driftwood. I just have to find the right piece of driftwood. And then this will hang in my origami room.
Nice.
Yeah. It's kind of funky and weird, but
It's cool. I love the texture.
yeah. So, fun. I got to practice with my loom, and I do like weaving. I do like it a lot. Too much.
Rigid Heddle next.
Yeah. Don't you think I haven't been looking? I have. So that is all of the FOs. On to whips. So, whips. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I really only have 2 active whips right now.
Okay.
And believe it or not, I only have I only have 7 whips total.
Wow. I'm still in the 20s somewhere. But I have these, just these 6, like, a couple of them I wouldn't call active, but
They're here and there.
They're
whips.
here, and I'll pick them up and do them here and there.
Yeah.
So one of them is the Odyssey shawl by Johi Locatelli, which I purchased some extra fiber for, and it still wasn't enough.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I spun it. Remember I spun it at your
Yeah.
house? And it still wasn't enough.
Oh my
This
gosh.
thing weighs a ton.
Oh my.
It's
wow.
going to be I think I'm spinning it a little thick, to be honest with you. I think it's a little thicker than...
So if it is a little thicker, that might be why you're
That's why I'm
using
running
more.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's turning out lovely, and I think once it gets like blocked and
Yeah,
everything,
opened up and everything,
it's gonna be
pretty.
nice and big. I'm a big girl, so a nice big shawl is gonna be nice. So yeah, I ran out again, but I did get some more fiber. I just need to spin it. It's probably gonna happen after Tour de Fleece, but so that was worked on since we last recorded, but I ran out of yarn. So the other one is still my plain Jane candy cane socks. I have one done. The other one,
Oh, there we're getting there.
yeah, it hasn't. This is the first it's seen the light of day since probably, I don't know, May. Probably since our last podcast. Honestly, I have not done much on it. Every once in a great while it'll go in the car for me, but yeah, I'll hopefully get it done by Christmas. Do one of yours.
Okay. Well, this is the one I am working on to try to finish. So I have. Oh, let me get a blocker. Let me look a bit at my blocker.
These are so cool. I do like these.
So this is one. This is the candy cane stripes sock pattern from Kay, the Crazy Sock Lady. So I have one done, and let's see. I'm gonna have to flip it right. So I'm knitting this inside out, and there's a reason why. I consistently have trouble with my, I don't know if you can see it. You can see it, how it bubbles up just a little bit right in here.
Where you
My-
switch, where you
Yeah,
transition.
yeah, because I
the
did
transition
this.
point.
I
You're
did
beginning
this
around.
on Magic Loop, and so I do have a thing right down both of the sides where that transition is from one needle to the other, because I have trouble with tensioning when I'm doing color work. And I saw, I think it was Natalie from Remembrances Pottery talking about if you knit inside out, it will help considerably with the tension of your floats. So that's what I'm doing with this sock, and it's on 9-inch circulars, which I'm not typically a fan of. But I don't think they call it combination knitting, but that's what I call it. We have continental in one hand, and
Yeah.
so I'm throwing with my main color, and I'm continental picking with my contrast color, and the sock is being knitted inside out. It's really just, flip your sock
Yeah.
like that, and you're able to knit inside out. And you probably won't be able to tell, but I am seeing a lot better
Yeah.
consistency with my tension.
You also don't have those transition points that you do with Magic Loop.
Yep. So I should not have that issue with this. And so far, I'm a big fan of this knit inside out with the color work.
Yeah.
I think it's made a huge difference compared to the first sock.
I was telling you before we started recording, I actually, when I first started knitting socks, I knit
the way
them
you did it.
inside out. I didn't know any better. It's just the way I did it, which made heels really confusing.
Yeah, I would think
really
so.
confusing. But yeah,
So the
Gets it
main
done.
yarn, actually this was a set. It's Moon Yarn Co. And this was her April Showers sock set. So it came with the gray,
Maine
which was
color.
the main color, and 5. Oh, I have needles all over the place in here from all my experimentation trying to get good tension. Bless you.
Excuse me.
My needles are all over my little balls of yarn. Okay, this is a hot mess, but I have needles flying out of everywhere. Oh my gosh. That situation's got to change. If you can see it, there's the 5 colors. So there's a real dark green. This is a dark gray. I have a light, a medium, and a little bit of a dark green there. So that's all 5 of the stripy colors. And it goes fast. You do 8 rounds of each of the colors. Her pattern actually has the stripes down the foot too, but I decided I wanted to try to stretch the 5 minis and perhaps get another pair of socks with those colors in it. So yeah.
Very nice.
That's
I love
that
those.
whip.
Those are really pretty.
Yeah, I like those socks. I'm really happy with them. And
Fun,
so,
fun.
fun pattern.
So my next whip is the Shadow Box Socks by Helen Stewart. This is part of the Handmade Sock Society, which is, I can't remember which season this is in, but there is her pattern page. And I actually made them shorties, so I didn't do quite as many rounds as the sample. I did get one done.
Want a blocker?
Oh, sure, why not? Oh, I haven't even weaved my ends in. Okay, there we go. I have huge feet. So there they are. And they've got this lovely little pattern.
Yeah.
It's just a fun, I think it's an 8-row or 5-row repeat. So super easy to memorize and super easy to just kind of go, as long as you can count your rows.
I like how well it transitions out of the ribbing and down through the sock.
Yes, I thought that was neat too.
Yeah.
It's a twisted rib cuff, and then it transitions really nicely down into the actual pattern. So yeah, I have that one done, and then just a wee bit of the second. Yeah. So hopefully those will get done soon, and I'll be able to do the rest of her patterns as well. I actually have done a little bit more on my Seaglass sweater. Not a lot at all, but I've split for the sleeves and gotten some more of the body done.
Nice.
So yeah, it's coming along, but it's gotten so big, and who wants to make a sweater in summer, right? So it sits beside the chair, and every once in a while I'll pick it up and just throw on a few rows, and then it goes right back.
You're gonna love it when it's done.
I'm sure I will. I'm really, like, I know when it's cold outside I'm gonna love it, but I just right now,
yeah, I know.
it's so hot. So that's that, and then I'll let you do yours, and I'll do my last. Because you're going to screech when you see my last whip.
Oh boy. So this, you've seen it several times.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I have definitely made some progress.
I love this so
Where's my
much.
marker? Okay, so there's my marker. So I've done quite a bit.
Yeah.
And I just pick it up here and there and work on it. But yeah, I'm loving it. Loving it.
It's so squishy.
So squishy.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's two strands of fingering. One is just a main color. And
Like a highly speckled.
Yep. And then the stripes, colors, are the Advent from A Yarn to Die For Designs, last year's Believe in Magic Advent, based on...
I haven't seen any advertising for her for
I haven't
a new
either,
Advent.
no.
I've been watching her like a hawk.
What was the name of that movie?
Polar Express.
Polar Express, yes.
Yeah.
That's what her Advent was based on. So I am currently on mini skein number 13, Smokey and the Steamer.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm officially halfway.
Yay!
And it's going to be a big, long blanket.
I love it.
It's going to go right from head to toe.
You're just going until the mini runs out,
Yep.
right?
It's loosely based on the Cozy Comfort throw, yes, by Homespun House. And I basically just went with how many stitches to cast on, and the rest of it I'm just using up the mini. When the mini runs out, I don't care where it is. Doesn't have to be on the side.
Yep.
If it's in the middle, don't matter where it is. I'm just putting the next one on and keep on going.
So you're gonna have the same width
Yep.
as what the cozy, but it might be long.
It might be long.
I like it. I'm a tall person, so I'm seriously considering doing this for my Advent this year, for this coming Christmas, because I think it will be so easy to do.
Yeah.
Just, yep, knit.
Yeah. And depending on how big this one comes out, if I want to do another one, then I'll know. If it's a little too long, then I'll, maybe add 10 stitches on either side or something like that. But yeah. It's so nice to pick something up and just knit. No thinking, just do it.
Yes.
So, and this does it takes the 24 minis from the Advent, but it also takes 5 100-gram skeins of another yarn. So it's not the same. I'm not using this one same yarn.
Each of your skeins
as each
is a
of
little
this
bit
runs
different.
out, I grab the next one.
Yeah.
So
I'm thinking I might get some just undyed from Dyer Supply or something from Undyed.
Yep.
And throw it in a pot with some spreckles and see what happens.
Oh, yeah.
And just dye
I
it
thought
my
about
own.
just doing it in an undyed as well, and that way let the actual colors show, but be a little subdued, because carrying that other yarn, it kind of, like this was, in your face.
That was very bright. That was, tickets please.
Yes, tickets please. And so having that other yarn in there really toned it down, and it's a nice muted, I love the way the colors are coming out, that muted look to it.
Yeah. Very, very pretty. Okay, so my last whip is going to shock you.
Okay.
Because I have been doing this on the... There goes my... It was precariously hung up there, and it's not loving
We'll
life.
say it's humidity and not a visitor.
Yeah. Elizabeth? So I've been kind of keeping this on the DL. I just kind of was like, one day, I was getting over the Seaglass sweater. I was like, it's too hot. I don't want to do this sweater. I want to do something else. I want to do a summery something. So I cast on the Derecho.
Oh, yay!
And
deal.
Whoa,
you are almost done.
I am almost done.
Holy crap!
I have been knitting like a fiend.
It's hard to put down, isn't it?
Even
when you
so
get
hard
to
to
the
put
regular old stockinette, it's
Yes.
like, oh my gosh, I want it so bad. You just want to keep going.
And I did do the shaping.
Mm-hmm.
I did the...
It came in just a little bit for the waist.
Yeah. Only there's only 3 actual rows that you decrease, but they're spaced by, like 1.5 inches of knitting. So, and they only decrease by 4 stitches per round. So it's a very subtle decrease and increase, but
I'll tell you, you are going to love that. I wear mine so much.
I can't wait to get it off the needles. It feels so good just holding it up,
Yep.
And it's such a nice neutral plain color. It's gonna be it's gonna be my everyday. I'm so in love.
This is with the Remix Lite.
It is,
and it's like a t-shirt. It's so nice.
Yeah. the remix like is 100% recycled, so it's got literally everything in it. It's got nylon, cotton, acrylic, silk, and linen. It's machine wash, cold water, delicate cycle, and lay flat to dry. It's just going to be
Mine
so
went
easy.
in the dryer.
You did?
And it did beautiful.
I wondered about just throwing it on like a delicate dry.
Yep.
Because there's no wool.
Right.
There's no reason why it couldn't.
Mine
The nylon and acrylic maybe a little bit, you know, sometimes if it's too hot, that'll shrink up.
Right. So definitely
But a
you want
delicate
it on
cycle?
delicate, low
Yeah.
heat, whatever. Yep.
I have such a good time. It's Tour de Fleece right now, and I knit on this every single night. Still. Because I cannot put it down.
Yep.
I'm taking this in the car instead of a pair of socks with me.
You're at a good point for that.
I am at the last increase, and then I've got to measure it, and I think it's pretty darn close to my measurement anyway. And yeah, I can't wait. That's all my whips. Spinning. Do you have any spinning, Jules?
Goose egg.
It's Tour de Fleece. Of course I have spinning.
Yes.
I've shared some of it with you because I spun up those big stuff. And Tour de Fleece is well underway. It snuck up on me. Tour de Fleece snuck up and bit me in the behind, and I'm literally on June 30th coming up with a plan on Tour de Fleece. I usually have it all written out in a little book, like this is what I'm going to do every single day. I'm flying by the seat of my pants, and I love it. I love just saying, you know what, I'm going to spin every day, and that's it. I'm just going to spin, and I'm absolutely loving enjoying it. I have gotten a few things finished. They've not been washed yet. And I am putting out a video, but instead of doing every day like I have in the past, I'm kind of accumulating five or 6 days worth of videos and sharing them in that way instead. Just makes life a little easier for me. But these are the ones I've finished so far. These are all Cheviot wool from Paradise Fibers, and I dyed them in the crock pot. This one is inspired by the Lion House of Harry Potter, and this one is inspired by the Snaky House, and this one is inspired by the Badger House. Kayla says this one looks like the Bruins.
Nice.
And then I haven't plied this yet, but this is the Badger House. Raven House, right. Raven House, yes. So when I did this one, I did it on the Nano. I did the singles on the Nano, and I plied it on the Louette, and I must have weighed these fibers because I had like maybe a yard to a yard and a half of one single left that didn't fit. This one, on the other hand, I had like, I don't know, half of the skein was I had to bracelet ply. It was ridiculous. And you can see it in the video. I noticed when I watched the video back, when I hold up the two bobbins like this one,
you could see
one bobbin was definitely bigger than the other. So I don't think I weighed any of these other skeins. This one had a fair amount left. Usually when I split in half, I try to weigh, and I don't think I did with these because I was just like, I gotta get ready for Tour de Fleece. So this one looks like it could do the same thing. This one looks a little heavier
tiny bit bigger,
than this one, so we might run into a situation there too. And then the only other one that I have started spinning is some camel fiber.
Yeah.
So this one is all done. This is one half of it, and the other one is on the EOL 6. I have been having a little trouble with my leg, just all the treadling on the Louette. So I thought I'd give it a break. Plus, I wanted to spin this very thin. It wants to be fingering, a very light fingering. So that means lace weight singles. And, oh my God, this camel fiber is a dream. I am loving spinning it.
Oh, it's nice to spin?
Oh my God, it's so nice to spin. The staple length is 2 to 3 inches, and so it is. It is
Kind of have to do short forward.
Yeah. I thought about doing long draw, like from the fold, but I think with this fiber, I really want it to be very consistent width.
And with the long draw, you'd get real fluffy.
I get fluffy
right?
bits, and I'm still getting fluffy bits in this because it's so fine. Like the fibers themselves are just so fine. I'm still getting places where I'm noticing it's getting super thin and then a little bit thick, and I have to stop and fix it. But the plan for this fiber is the Lemme Cowl. The Lemme Cowl by Laura Nelkin. So here's the picture from the Paradise Fibers Fiber of the Month Club box. It has beads on it. You can see like right here this is at the top of the cowl. There's these little sets of 3 beads. But it's a very lacy, very drapey cowl. So, and beads. I wanted to do beads again this year. So that's the plan for that particular spin. And I'm so anxious to get it done. It's so soft.
Yeah, it is. Oh,
it's so soft.
it is. It's gonna be.
So
You'll have to use tiny beads, won't you? So it's not, because it's gonna be so light.
I'm a little worried about the 6/0 beads. Yeah, we'll have to see how it comes out, and I'll try the beads and see. Yeah, they might be too heavy. Yeah, we'll see. It's a good thing I bought all those beads from Helen, huh? Other than that, my next plans for Tour de Fleece are, we got this month's Fiber of the Month Club box that Dylan and Lincoln unboxed with me the other day, so I want to try to get that done off. And then I have 3 other boxes I'd like to get caught up. And I also have a couple of braids that I got from Port Fiber, from Casey at Port Fiber, that I'd like to get spun up. So we'll see if I can accomplish all that.
During Tour de Fleece.
During Tour de Fleece. Tour de Fleece technically ends on the 23rd. But
Of July?
Yes.
Oh,
It's
wow.
from July 1st to the 23rd.
It's a whole month.
But there's Tour de Fleece de Femme, the ladies
okay.
Tour de France de Femme, runs from the 23rd to the 30th, and so I do spin with that tour as well. So I do have until the end of the month. So
There you go.
I can get more done. That is spinning. One more thing about spinning. I really want a double treadle wheel. I really, really want a double treadle wheel. So we're going to be looking into that soon. I will never, ever, ever part with my Louette. She's my first
It's
wheel.
your workhorse.
She is. She'll probably always be my plying wheel. She's a beaut to ply on.
Yep.
So she'll always be my plying wheel. But yeah.
Well, I'll just have to bring mine over so you can use it for a bit and make sure you do want a
Yeah.
double treadle.
Yeah. There was some talk on Fiber Love Diaries. She has a live that she does during the Tour de Fleece, and I actually caught her live. I haven't caught her live in forever. I was so excited to get on there. They were talking about a bicycle spinning wheel. Like
Really?
somebody converted a bike, and so you pedal, you sit on the seat and you pedal just like a bike, and your
Mother of all.
yeah is where your handlebar would be.
Oh my gosh!
That's where your orifice and everything is, and they just sit and pedal like actually riding a bike. You have to see.
Now, if we could do that with a treadmill, it would be like having an electric spinning wheel while you're on your treadmill.
I'm kind of thinking my gears were turning on how I could convert an old bicycle. That would be epic. I'm not big on the treadmill because of my knees, but a bike, I could get behind getting on a bike and
I bet
spinning.
you could just convert the gear on the bike. If you can convert a wheel with a gear so that chain.
Yeah.
That's all you need to drive your wheel.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm telling you. We gotta get Maurice on that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You will, Guy. Maurice, bicycle spinning wheel. Can you 3D print that for me? I'm not sure 3D print would hold me.
But he could do the bobbins.
He could do the bobbins. Oh boy. So next is stash enhancements. Stash enhancements. How many enhancements do you have, Julie?
I did not count. Well, those are kind of like just two. I think 5.
I have 4.
Well,
So you go first.
okay, well,
You
this
get
one's an
firsties.
easy one. This was, this is from Dandelions and Daisies Fiber Arts, and
I've never heard of them.
this, I got the Advent, so the, Helen Stewart, all the Oddments cowl, and the Dandelions and Daisies is the one that had the Outlander inspired
okay.
Advent.
Okay.
Yeah. And she also does Sock of the Month. So each month is a different colorway. And April's was just beautiful.
So that's so
Yeah.
pretty.
I love it's purples, it's blues, it's greens, it's even got almost like black in here. I don't know, that colorway just spoke to me. I had to have that one.
That's really pretty.
And she's got the base.
The high twist base.
Well, it's the twist angle makes it look, and I guess it is high twist, but it's very pronounced. You know what I mean? Each of the little twists is so pronounced, which it's a very bouncy yarn.
Yeah.
And I've only run across a few indie dyers that I see this base,
Yeah.
and I really like it. So had to have that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My first one is a Paradise Fibers purchase. So I got the fiber to finish my Odyssey. Tea and Crumpets.
You weren't kidding. Look at the colors in that.
Yeah, so pretty. I was not going to go short this time, and I got 8 ounces. It's probably
Final
way
answer.
more than I need. But,
You know you won't run out this time.
yeah, I'm going to finish that shawl for sure. I'd have to spin it first, though. So there's that. And then, while I was getting that, you got to get free shipping.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? So, I found they have mystery bags, or they call it Lucky Dip. It's Paradise Fibers mixed merino wool bags. So, it's just a mixed bag. Sorry about the shine. It's just a mixed bag of tons of merino fiber.
Cool.
And I thought that would be fun to spin a spin cycle-y kind of yarn and just kind of pull from the bag and let the colors
go.
come the way they want to come. And then I'll have that color changing yarn effect. I'm just going to spin it all on, well, I'll probably weigh it out and do 2 bobbins because center pull balls have been a problem for me lately. If you spin too thin, center pull balls just make a mess, an absolute mess. So
Because of the tension in them.
yeah, the energy in the singles. So I will probably do 2 bobbins and then just apply them together and just see what happens.
Cool.
Go totally random. Put them in a black bag or a bowl that I can't see and just pull. See what happens. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
So that was my Paradise Fibers purchase.
Cool.
Yep.
Oh, it must be behind that label. Anyway, this is a kit from Uradale Yarns.
Ooh.
And this is for the, I think you pronounce it Buggy Floor. The Shetland Wool Week
Oh.
kept this year.
Yeah.
Is, I think that's how you pronounce it. It's a Buggy Floor beanie. There are, I think it was 5 colorways this year. So 5 different,
Kits.
yeah, or like this is Uradale, and then there's Jameson and Smith, and I think there were 5 different of those, and there may have been 2 kits from a couple of them. Most of them, they're multicolors like this. But they also did one that was just like 2 colors. And that was a really neat looking one too. So yeah, if you just look up Shetland Wool Week, you can go out and see all the different kits, all the different colorways. I think the pattern is still free. I think the pattern is free as the digital download. It might be $1 now. They might have put $1 on it if I remember right. But they're great patterns. So fun to knit. They look so involved and intricate, and they're really not.
Yeah.
They're a lot of fun.
It's like the Harriet's hat. When I first saw that, I was like, I'm never going to be able to do that.
Yeah.
And then I did it, and it was like, I did it in like 3 days.
Yeah.
They're so fun and intuitive and engaging. You just want to keep, it's popcorn knitting.
Yeah. And hopefully with my new technique now with color work, hopefully it'll work out even better. I did Katie's cap, I think it was, and I really didn't have any issues with the floats and tension on that, but after that one I seem to lose it.
Bedtime.
Oh, bedtime.
My next, one of them was Maritime Family Fibers, so I guess really I have 3 because I talked about that one before. My husband and my daughter are playing golf on the PS5 in the living room, and if you can hear any profanity, I'm sorry. So I did get one from a purchase from Expression Fiber Arts. This was, I don't remember the pattern.
Oh, we went through this before.
We did.
Oh, I just got another one from her too. Oh, come on.
There it is. The pattern is Sunset Diamonds by Wardaw MHD.
Yeah.
I'll put a picture of it up here so you can see the sample. And I was so smitten with this shawl. I need another shawl like I need a hole in the head, but I was so smitten with this shawl. It looked like so much fun to knit. So, no, it's crochet. And I've never crocheted a shawl. So I thought that would be a nice little challenge for myself. So I went on the site, and I'm odd. I don't like to get the kit.
Oh,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like I want to do something totally different. I want to do something all me and like totally different. So I went through their oopsies because you get a discount for their oopsies. Like this is an oopsie. This is June Pearl. It's alpaca silk lace, 50% baby alpaca, 50% mulberry silk. It is so silky and so drapey. Here, hold one of those and tell me those aren't amazing.
Oh, and the shine on it is just, it glows.
So their oopsie skeins, they've come out a little bit not what they wanted. So I think this one, when you look at the sample skein on their website, this one is a little muted compared to the one on their website. Some of these are not oopsies. This is not an oopsie. This one is Spiral Staircase, and it's kind of a gray brown, like a smoky brown. And then this one was an oopsie. This is Abandoned, and that is like a true steel gray. And then this one is an oopsie. This is Fool's Gold. I couldn't see anything wrong with this skein, honestly. And it may be when I get the skein out,
Maybe it came
I'll
out
find...
too bronzy versus a gold.
Yeah, I mean, I can't see anything wrong with it. I love the color. And then the last one is...
Now, see, I think that's an oopsie because
Ebony.
it looks like the black broke. See how it
Yeah.
has the blue in it?
It's got just a little bit of blue. Like, it's not fully black or
Right.
like a full... But I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. So my plan with this is, if you on the picture, there's the oopsie on that. I just noticed it. I bet that's the oopsie. There's a little bit of blue.
Oh, what was the colorway name?
June Pearl.
Oh, so maybe the little.
So
bit
maybe
of
a
blue.
little bit of blue got but I don't care. I love it. So my plan is, I'm not sure, but I think I'm going to go this one on the top, and then this one, and then into this, and then the gray, then the brown, and then the black. Either that or this way. Or
I think
maybe the brown there, like the copper.
I think I like that.
Yeah.
I think there wasn't enough transition with them switched the other way.
This, like the sample skein of this on the website had a little bit more of this color in it, which it does right here, but it's very muted.
Put this one on top. I like that.
Yeah. We'll see. It'll
Yep.
probably be 4 years before I get to doing it, honestly, but I just couldn't resist this. The way that she showed that shawl and the drape on it and the way that it just like flows in the breeze, and I've never crocheted a shawl, so I had to do it. They are having a make along with this starting in August, but I doubt I'll be ready to do it in August. So yeah, that's that.
What else do I have? I have, this is a enablement by Kay, the crazy sock lady. It's all her fault.
It's all Kay's fault.
Yeah. There's a lot of things that are her fault when it comes to my acquisitions.
Because you watch her all the time.
I do.
And you guys should have similar tastes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she had found this Nanette Wake. Oh, let me get the glare off of it. There we go. Nanette Wake Studio. Sorry, I'm probably touching the microphone. She got some skeins from her that were patriotic skeins. So she did some red, white, and blue striped socks and some red, white, and blue speckle socks and stuff.
Oh,
and
fun.
I wanted to go on, and I'd never heard of this dyer, so went on, and she happened to be having a sale.
Ooh.
I won't tell you how much I get these skeins for, but
Ridiculous.
it was ridiculous cheap.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was basically like 2 for 1.
Wow.
Yeah. And this, I loved
Oh,
this.
yeah.
Look at that.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that gorgeous?
The browns and the pinks.
Yes,
So
look
pretty.
at it. Even purple in
Yeah.
there. This colorway is Strawberry Muffin.
Oh, perfect.
And to go with,
Oh, that's beautiful.
this one is Brown Bear.
Oh, perfect.
And they go
so good together. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I love it.
And it's a nice sock. It is a nice yarn, I mean. This is in 80/20 merino nylon. So my thought was definitely socks.
Yeah.
Because this would make good heels, toes, and cuffs to go with this.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Ooh, excuse me. I can see that both ways too.
I can, too.
The light with the dark heels, toes, and cuffs,
And the way
dark
I
with
knit, that's probably what I can do. Is
Yeah.
get one set one way and one set another way.
Yeah.
Because I don't do a real tall leg.
Yeah. Cool. My only other acquisition was a birthday present to myself.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm a little embarrassed. I use it to sit on, I use it to meditate on, but mostly I use it as a footstool.
Oh.
Like underneath my desk while I'm working, it just picks my feet up enough off the floor or out in the living room. It just picks things
Relieves
up
that
enough
pressure.
so that my feet don't swell during the day. So it's also summer and I go barefoot a lot. So it's a little dirty. It's a little filthy. I'm a little embarrassed by the filthy. But I got a Padmani!
Nice.
I love this thing. Oh my goodness. It's filled with buckwheat shells. It is super comfy to sit on. I have a lot of joint issues, so sitting on the floor is not comfortable. but this makes it comfortable. Like, it's still hard to get up and down, but I can kind of roll off the pillow, and then I set the pillow up, so it's like this, and I can push up and use it to kind of help me get up off the floor.
Yeah.
It's everything.
And they are so well made.
They
I mean,
are.
for something that you're sitting on and stressing out the seams, they are so well made.
And I, pushing on it with my feet and everything else. And I even, what was that? Oh, CDM. I even schlepp this into the camper. I take this with me when we camp, and I put it under the table because the benches at the dinette are not that comfortable. So again, getting that pressure off of the back of my thighs is so amazing. And it's got loops here and another small loop over here. So what I did was, this was a strap that was to a yarn, like a yarn caddy. And I just hooked that on to those two loops, and I can sling, this thing weighs a lot. Like, it's not light.
Yeah.
But I can sling this over my back, put it crossbody, and sling this over my back, and I can haul it all over the place.
Where?
It is so amazing. They are, because of the quality of the product, they are a little pricey. This is the large, but well worth it. If you are looking for something that will help make it comfortable for you to sit crisscross applesauce, or sit on the floor, or just as not an ottoman, but just a little footstool. I love it. I can't say enough good things about it. It is amazing, amazing, amazing. I'll put the logo up here so you can find it online. They're made in a garage in the state of Maine, so it's local.
Yep.
And it's just, I call her my Padmani. I'm like, let's go to work, Padmani, and I'll grab her out of the living room, schlep her into the office, and then when it's time to go back out in the living room, come on, Padmani. She's my bestie. And that is it.
That's all
for
your
my
acquisitions?
Do
I've
you have
only
any
got
more?
I have two more.
Oh, okay.
Just a couple. So this was an acquisition from local Quince & Co. And I have a little update on Quince & Co. that I did not. Right. They were bought or sold out to Lion Brand Yarn.
Yeah.
Of all things. And I hope that the business idea is that they will bring quality wool yarns into the Lion Brand family.
Yeah.
You know? Lion Brand, they have had some fairly good yarns.
Yeah.
Like their fisherman's wool. If you want a workhorse wool yarn, fisherman's wool will do it.
Yep.
But yeah, I would like to see them have a little bit more, incorporate some of the high quality that Quince & Co.'s yarn is in their line. So this it's just an undyed, all natural yarn. And it is their owl, which is 50% American wool and 50% alpaca. I say natural, but it actually says that the color is snowy. It's a worsted weight yarn, 120 yards. And you can never go wrong with just a natural yarn.
Yep. It must be super soft.
It is. It's really nice.
That's nice.
I was thinking maybe some sort of... I've been wanting to do more experimenting with cables, working with cables, especially because the business casual socks, those were cable left and cable right. Just, like whatever it is, your 2-stitch cable thing. But, a cable can, whatever number of stitches, it can be a huge wide cable or it can be a little cable, but the concept in doing it is basically the same, and I just would like, I think, to make a cable motif of some sort cowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The tree of life motif on that blanket, it was a lot of cabling. It was just like one or two stitches here and there.
Just to define the trees.
Yeah, and like where the branches would cross over one another and that sort of thing. And it's one stitch, so you don't even need, and with that grippy, sticky Briggs & Little, you don't even need a cable needle for a lot of that stuff.
still, I find it too fiddly to hold on to that stitch and do the thing. So
See,
I
don't do the hold the stitch. There's a technique that I found on YouTube, and if I remember, I'll try to put the link down below, where you basically
pinch it.
No, you just go in. So you go in through. You skip the first stitch, but you leave it on your needle. You go through the next stitch, and you just stitch it, and then you do your next stitch, and then you drop them both off, and they
And it
crisscross.
automatically does that cross.
There's different ways that you do it if it's a left cross versus a right cross, and I always have to look it up. I always have to look it up. So I have the video bookmarked. I'll try to remember to add it. But it's super easy. There's no pulling the stitch off and holding it. It only works for 1 or 2 stitches.
Yeah.
You know, when you get into like 4, it's not as easy to do. Yeah. And it doesn't come out as clean looking. But
I just had a tapestry needle handy when I was doing those socks, and when I'd have that stitch, and put the tapestry needle in for a minute, and then put it back in my mouth.
Yeah. I have a couple wooden cable needles.
Yeah.
They're just straight, and they're thick on one end and kind of thin in the middle, and those work pretty good for, you know, when you have 3 or 4 stitches, you've got a cable. Yep.
All right, last one.
All right.
And this one was a long time coming. This is from Lay Family Yarn. They do seasonal boxes. And this was their summer box. They have gotten very, very busy.
Yeah.
So this came, I thought they said it was supposed to ship the end of May, but I guess it was the end of June. So I got something mixed up there. But anyway, Lay Family Yarn, that's their card they included. Nice little handwritten note on the back and everything.
Nice.
Yeah. And so their treasure boxes are minis. So this is the first one. There's their logo. Oops, drop it. There's their logo.
That's pretty.
Yeah, isn't that pretty? Doesn't have any color on it. It's just the summer seasonal collection. It's 75% merino, 25% nylon, a 50-gram skein, and a 20-gram skein. So this is like a sock set.
Mm-hmm.
And then this. Look at all those pretty little minis.
You've got the mini bug. You have got the mini bug.
They're so cool. Oh wait, now this is spring. Okay. So what did I do? No, I know it's the summer. It's supposed to be the summer box. It might be mislabeled, but anyway. Yeah, so there's 10 10-gram minis in there.
Cool.
And they're so pretty. I love it. Couldn't resist that one.
Yeah.
And the little goodies that came in it, a little handmade quilted notebook cover.
Oh, wow.
And it takes the, what are they called? Like the field note, you know, the cardboard backed journal, little small journals. So that would be a
cute.
Nice little refillable, reusable. Love that. Goodies. Yorkshire tea.
Ooh.
That one is, it says, let's have a proper brew.
Proper blue.
I don't think it says whether it's
Probably a nice.
Oh, black tea.
Black tea,
This one's
yeah.
a black tea. Yep. And also some Cadbury instant hot chocolate.
How has that survived? Oh, it's been too hot for hot chocolate. That's why. Yeah.
That's why. And the last little goodie is adorable. Look at those little scissors. Has a yarn ball on it.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute.
Isn't that cute?
I love it.
Yeah, some nifty little scissors.
Cute.
Cute little box.
Very nice.
Yeah, I like it. So yeah, each season they have another seasonal box. I just saw on Instagram that they are a little bit behind with getting things going for the fall box, but yeah, if you just check out Lay Family Yarn on Instagram, you can see what when they have their treasure boxes.
And we have another box coming.
Oh, yes, the end of the year.
At the end of the year,
Yes.
we were able to get a Hogmanay box
Yeah.
with Anne Frost from I Thought I Knew How podcast. I'm so excited.
Yes.
I nearly got a second one.
Really?
I nearly did.
She still
put up-
got some.
I know. I can't believe she still has any.
She beefed up the number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so close. I know. Oh my God. I can't.
No.
Yeah, we got one we're gonna share. I don't know how we're gonna share it. Arm wrestle,
Yeah.
draw straws, beat her up.
Well, the extra little goodies, we'll just have to get together and partake of those.
Maybe we'll just put them in a bag and.
And the yarn, I mean, I can't remember if she said what they're going to be. Were they going to be
I can't remember.
minis or
I can't remember.
I can't remember what they were going to be, but I mean, we can always, whatever they are, we can divide them in
Yeah.
half and
We can always weigh them, or we can just say, hey, I like that color, I don't,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. It'll be fun. Maybe we'll do it live.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Hey,
Hey.
it's supposed to start December 1st, isn't it? Does it start December 1st?
The Hogmanay
Yeah.
box? I think so. I think it's like
Because
an
I think it
Advent-y kind of
ships
thing, right?
in the middle of November.
Yeah.
I think it starts December 1st. So we could do it for
Vlogmas.
Vlogmas.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think we can go live. I don't think we have enough people. I think you have to have 1,000 subscribers to go
Oh,
live.
really?
So there's some incentive to share a podcast with your friends.
We would do live.
We would do live. I would love that. That would be fun.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Maybe we can do like Knit Chat Cafe. They use an app and they're able to do the split screen
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
That way we could at least.
We would have to get together. 'Cause
Right.
that's been the challenge.
Right.
Yep. All right, so that's stash enhancements and a little extra. Up and coming knits. So I talked about the Lemme Cowl.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely one that's up and coming. And then what else have I? Whatever is in the Paradise Fibers boxes when I spin them, whatever the recommended project is, I will likely do that or something there similar. But the big one, Andrew Mallory's Tessellated Vest.
Mm-hmm.
I am super excited about that. I want to do a vest.
Yeah.
I really would like to have a sweater vest. I think they're charming, and I would love to have one.
Very
I just
practical,
haven't found.
I think.
Yeah, I just haven't found the right pattern, and that one's really pretty.
Mm.
So, and it looks fun to make. And that's her Rhinebeck sweater too. She has it's a vest or a sweater.
Yeah.
Basically just add sleeves and you got a sweater, right?
Yep.
I think I'm going to do the vest.
Yep.
Yep. And I think I've chosen my yarn.
Mm.
In my Tour de Fleece video, I talked about I didn't know how to use the Harry Potter inspired yarns. I'm thinking that's what I'm going to do.
Mm.
I'm thinking I'm going to do from the top down, it'll be the lion, the badger, the snake, and then at the bottom, the raven. And my main color is going to be a Briggs & Little Sport single spun in a natural, the washed white color. So it'll be white with these pops of color. I'll have to kind of figure out how much of the yarn I'm going to use for the whole vest. But yeah, I think that'll be fun. And then for my lacy bit, I'm going to use this. This is, what did she call it? The color is charcoal. It's from Fiber Stash Dye Works. It is fuzzy alpaca. And I've had this forever. And I think it'll be a nice little complement to, and a contrast to the white.
Yeah.
So I found, well, a pattern for
Yeah.
my handspun found me.
Yeah.
I am a little, we were talking about this earlier, I am a little concerned about this one because this does look like it might be fingering weight. But I haven't washed them or thwacked them
They're
and
gonna
menaced
bloom.
them. So I think they're going to bloom a bit and maybe they'll come out all right. We'll see.
Yep.
What's your up and coming knit, Julie?
So I have clearing the whips things. So as soon as I finish the candy cane stripes sock, I'm going to be pulling out the hipster cowl.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the next whip to get out of the stash. I also have the Storm Shawl by Joji Locatelli. I have another shawl from one of the cruises.
The Killer Rune? Or no, you finished Philomena.
Yeah. I don't remember its
Dairy Rush.
Yes, Dairy Rush.
Dairy Rush.
And then I have one other whip which I cannot remember right now, but that's the clean up the whips order. And then also the vest. Because if we're gonna go to Rhinebeck,
We'll have matchy match vests.
we'll have matching matches. So this will probably look familiar. That yarn,
And that was from
my Alpenglow
Alpenglow.
sweater.
That's right.
So I had a fair amount of this yarn, and I have, oh my, I have all of this left.
So definitely
It's
have
like
enough.
200 grams. So this is definitely enough. I think it was 170 grams for
The Maine.
the main color. So I definitely have enough of that for the main color. And then when I did my Alpenglow, I had found these, and I have no idea what this yarn is.
It's
Sorry.
a mystery.
It's a mystery
deep,
yarn.
Deep stash.
Yep, and it is near my favorite yarn. I wish
Oh.
to heck I knew what it was. I'd love to have more. Yeah, so this is Shopple Edition 3. Everything is in a foreign language that I cannot read, so I cannot tell you much about it. All I can tell you is that this colorway was an alternate colorway that I got for my Alpenglow. I used it was a little deeper darker.
teal, right?
Yeah, yeah. So this is a lighter color.
Let me see the tag.
I think it might be German, and I just can't. I can tell you that it's 100% merino wool,
Yeah.
and that it is 150 meters to 50 grams.
That's about as much as you can get. Yep.
So yeah, I had these two balls that I didn't use at all, so that will be enough for one of the contrast colors. And for the fuzzy bit, I have a Perica yarn.
I love this. This is so pretty.
I got this from, oh man, can't I think of her yarn, her name now. She's lovely, lovely. And she brings in a lot of yarns from Japan and things like that.
Oh.
Hmm.
It's not Knitters Without Borders. Is it?
Yes!
Yes.
Yes, Knitters Without Borders. That's where I got this from. And this colorway is called Shabby Chic. It's hard to see, but it's got a
It's
little
like
bit
a little
of,
raspberry.
yeah.
It's like vanilla raspberry.
But it's very
swirl ice
subtle.
cream.
Very
I need ice
subtle.
cream.
And this one is a 75% baby Surrey alpaca, 25% silk, lace weight, 2-ply, 50 grams, 460 yards, looks like. So that will be enough for my fuzzy bits.
I love it.
So
Those
the
will look
three
great
together will be these. I think that's going to look good.
Yeah. Yeah. That's going to look nice.
I'm not a bright person, so.
You're not a bright colored person.
A
Bright
colors.
color-wise.
Yeah.
Your
I
your
like-
color palette is not
No,
bright.
I'm more
you are very bright.
subdued. I'm much more subdued. So, yeah, anxious to get that on. And I'm breaking my rules because I'm not going to be casting that on.
Yeah, I think I will probably be casting mine on right after Tour de Fleece
Yeah.
because I'll have the Derecho done by then,
Yeah.
and then I'll want to cast it on for October.
I will cast it on as soon as I finish that other sock so that I can, because I'm a slower knitter than you are. So I need a jump start.
And from what I can see from the pattern, it's a lot of, it's similar style to the shift, night shift, like her shifty patterns, with the mosaic like knitting. Yeah. So I think it's going to be fun too.
Yep.
The only thing, it's a 20-page pattern. I got that pattern and
That's a little intimidating.
I couldn't wait to print it. I hit print and off it went, and I'm like, when is that printer going to stop? And I pulled it off and it's like a ream of paper. But there are different charts. She has, I think, I haven't really read the pattern completely through, but I think I saw charted and written patterns. But it's for the decreases for your arms, because it's knit from the bottom up. So there's separate charting or a separate pattern, written pattern for different sizes for the shaping. So I don't think I probably needed to print all 20 pages because I probably could have picked and choose the pages from my size.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'll have lots of scrap paper now.
Yep.
And I think that's all the things. So if that's all the things, then if you would like to reach us individually on social media, where can we find you, Julie?
I am Jules.makes on Instagram. Jules Larrabee on Ravelry.
And I am Nana's House 15 on Instagram and Nana's... nope. Scratch that. I'm Nana's House 15 on Ravelry, and I'm Nana's _house 15 on Instagram. Although I'm rarely on either. If you really want to reach us, email or in the comments.
Yep.
So, if that's everything, until next time, stay nutty and keep knitting. Bye!